you some signs of affection?
Yeah, we were outside, and it was kind of cold, and, you know, she kind of hugged me, and it was the warmest embrace I've ever felt in my life. And I don't get any of that from Sabina.
Now, JT, all these things are bringing you closer to her right now. Anything that turned you off while you guys were hanging?
She got this fetish for candy. The girl eat more candy than a whole elementary full of little children.
Really? Was it nonstop?
Because you have a candy drawer, so what you talking about? You have a candy drawer in your room.
Actually, had a candy drawer because you stole everything.
Okay, well, I know.
Now, wait a minute, because something unusual happened, right? Arena, you met JT's mom in a kind of a strange place. Tell us about that.
Yeah, actually, he said that he wanted me to meet his mom at his mom's club. And when we got there, I didn't know it was a strip club. And I walked in, and I saw this butt-naked man pouring something all down the front of his chest, in front of me just dancing.
I kind of looked at her head, and I'm like, Arena, and she's like, you know, getting her head going. I'm like, Arena.
Now, Arena, was JT just as fascinated with this guy's moves as you were?
Yeah, and he made a little comment that he was going to show me what he has later on.
Arena, did you get to see some of JT's moves later?
Well, he invited...
What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee on the vid. First off the rip, guys, take that quick moment, hit them buttons for me, the like, sub, and bell. Stay up to date on all this content we drop daily, the daily coffee. But check it out, man. You saw that. Everyone knows about the game being on Change of Heart. This is old news. But a lot of people didn't actually go and watch the full footage. You feel me? And we just saw on Instagram, Big Face Hunted, the game's brother, who I gotta say, man, it's a wild situation between them, you know, family beefing, brothers beefing, but I think Game did Face dirty. But anyways, he just posted up a pic earlier and was just saying, you know, how Game wasn't really from the hood. You know, he's the one that gave him that hood pass to push this Game persona. And I mean, we all know this to be true. There's a lot of Game stands that don't want to believe it. And, you know, he said, who did you ever really help from the hood? But anyways, up in the comments, someone asked Big Face, yo, what's the deal? Was Game really a stripper? You know, we've been hearing it for years. 50 Cent had those pictures and those memes and all that. And dude, you see the comments. He said that he had some bud that he wanted to bet to put out there if it was true or not. And Big Face said, yo, he indeed was a stripper, but that wasn't his name. He said was his name Hurricane. But I always heard the name was Doja. And that's what I'm saying. This news been out, you know, but a lot of people didn't want to believe it. The Game has always denied it, just like he denies getting knocked out by Rosemo. I have some videos up on my channel where I debunk Game's BS lies on that one too. The proof is out there. The proof's always out there if you really look hard enough. You know what I mean? But Game's just been denying this all for years, lying, saying it's not true. And you see who this was here. This isn't the Game. This was JT. This is a whole nother guy, man. Game didn't put that persona on until, you know, maybe a year or two before he blew up. And I know a lot of people will probably say, well, yo, wide face, you know, stamp him like that, give him the hood pass and everything. Listen, that was his brother, and at the end of the day, you know, he was supposed to like manage him. They were supposed to make a legitimate business out of this, you know, the Black Wall Street and all that was supposed to keep pushing and still be here pumping out music and new artists to this day. But Game Face fell out. We've seen him be cool, fall out again. It's a mess. And you know, recently on the Hug the Block track off the Game's final album, if he really does retire this time around, Born to Rap, he's on there putting family business all out there, dissing Big Face, talking about their father's funeral expenses, all kinds of weird stuff, man. I just don't respect it. I ain't feeling it at all, man. I think it's foul. I used to be a big Game fan, and I'm not saying he don't still have some dope music out there, but he just does a lot of suspect, sucker-ish, and he's being friendly extorted by Wack 100. We see all the BS bozo-ish that Wack does all the time, and Game was a part of birthing this. You know what I mean? Because without Game really letting Wack get him in that chokehold and extort him, Wack wouldn't be here putting on with the BS that he does till this day.
Of the OJ low-speed chase. when I was working at Chippendales as a dancer way back in the early 80s, I met him a couple of times, and he's an asshole for real. Me and Game's mom, we started a male exotic club. What we used to do, we used to get guys that's just come fresh out of jail. You know, they was buffed up and they needed money. A lot of these guys can't go and fill out an application and get a job, but hey, if they look good, they've been working out, we put them on, man. We get them, we get them $1,000 a week dancing. Jason danced there maybe twice, and 50 Cent will not let him forget it.
So, with the change of heart footage, what Big Face is saying, wasn't enough proof. That was the Game's stepfather who, back during that change of heart footage, Game's mom's club that his date was talking about, this guy and her own that club together. This is back some years back. He was promoting a business that he was doing where he was doing like Hollywood tours, but through the different hoods where different rappers are from. You know what I mean? All this information lines up. You heard what he said. The Game was, stripped a few times at the club. They own the strip club. And, he said 50 Cent will never let Game forget about this. He went on to say he somehow ended up getting pictures of Game rocking a thong. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, these rappers, it is what it is. I'm not, knocking how someone makes their living. The point is, do what you do, people. You feel me? My point is that Game has steadily denied this. Game steadily denies a lot of things. And, you take that and then you look at the way some of the relationships he had with people under the Black Wall Street umbrella and a lot of other stuff going on, that's happened and transpired. And you just see that Game's full of ish. You know what I mean? He's a faulty individual. And like I said, getting back to Big Face, I honestly really believe there would be no Game without Big Face. You guys tap it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on everything that I touched on in this video. Make sure to sub to the channel, guys. Like I said, daily content, music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.